This is journalism.
Thank you.
The undermining of news, of real journalism, not fake journalism, but the undermining of real journalism is of incredible concern to me and many people. The undermining of the press in a democracy is dangerous. And we must hold people accountable for these actions.
I would like to start by thanking the FCC.
This better be good.
Media is basically that. It's extremely biased.
Don't get all your news from the big three because they manipulated your sheep.
Someone trying to discover the meaning of something through a singular event.
It covers like some insignificant things when there are such significant things going on. Like,
First order of government is to provide health and safety to its citizens.
And that's a fascinating problem for us to try and solve.
News is too sensationalist on television.
In the press conference the other day with the new president, why do you think that no other journalist came to the assistance of the CNN reporter when his news network was being trashed by the president? Why do you think that was? Why didn't anyone come to his assistance?
It does not matter. At the end of the day, he is commander-in-chief and he is our president. And we need to support the presidency no matter what, as long as we're living and breathing on this earth.
They had a tendency to make things up, not that that has ended completely.
It's your tabloid news that's manipulated, but it's manipulated towards their viewers.
This is unprecedented and absolutely offensive that we are dealing with this kind of trash talking.
So now that can live.
But I don't see any 10s out here. Maybe 4s, some 5s. There's no 10s. I can't help myself.
But they're not news, they're tabloid. It's like watching the National Enquirer. I'm not gonna go there about, who has what and how they manipulate it based on who they hire. But you can see it.
We have choices to make.
One is not going to support the other in the journalism realm, that it is simply a fight for money and advertising and ratings. Is that all it is these days? And that's why no one came to his assistance and no one stood up for him, when knowing full well that tomorrow it could be them. Why is that?
Or straight up fake news put into the bloodstream of social media deliberately, that is not fact-based, that is meant to mislead, that is sometimes agenda or ideology driven in a way that has little to do with facts or is even in opposition to the facts, but is deliberate, is architected, is designed, is well funded, is driven by passion and money, and goals that may have very little to do with the facts and could leave our country sitting askew to reality and therefore vulnerable.
Look at these headlines.
The reduction of ideas and language to the lowest common denominator is one of the great dangers of contemporary society. And whether we realize it or not, all of us, no matter our political leanings, left or right, contribute to this environment.
And what I was seeing was both a lot of confusion among the press about how to deal with this, because I don't think the U.S. media had dealt with something quite like this before.
This is journalism.
Thank you. I think we've all gotten, because of our social media bubbles, very comfortable with talking about things we agree on and really demonizing people who disagree with us. And I think we've got to lay that aside, kind of check the egos at the door, check our biases at the door, come in and really listen to one another.
Era is to make sure that we're always accurate, that we're always being fair, that we're trying to tell the stories that perhaps we were missing before. And I think that there's been a lot of hand-wringing over the last few months by the media over, did we miss the Trump story? Did we miss the voices of the people and faces?
This is journalism.
Thank you.
Fight for those values and for the First Amendment, for the freedom of speech.
Because people care more about what affects them than what offends them.
At the end of the day, the news media, it's the bottom line. They're not looking for altruistic purposes. They're looking to see what their budget is, how much profit they're making in their organization.
This is journalism.
Thank you.
Vote beat them down.
I beat them.
Sure.
I think it's brainwashing the youth. They are very, very biased on certain circumstances and situations in the media. And I personally don't ever watch it because it's really bad source.
Watch NPS or NHK, or watch your smaller public news broadcasting, the State House news.
They're ahead of us because they're sort of third-gen technology, so they don't have to adapt. That changes the dynamic.
Don't get all your news from the big three because they manipulated your sheep.
I do understand that different people do have different, they have their own slant, but Fox News, the people that watch Fox News, they believe that it's unbiased and it's simply not true. And facts are facts.
And you're trying to get people to do the best work that they can.
Sure.
The media is strictly liberal and only covers the topics that it doesn't want to cover.
You're curating something. You're trying to choose, okay, I'm going to put my passion behind this. That will be the real test of their taste.
At certain interviews they've done with me, they've not showed me in the best, so.
Are they accurate?
Get that out of my face, please.
Are they accurate?
No. No, they're not.
That's what I'm saying.
We're around the periphery of it and not focusing.
Okay, well, Governor Christie, I see that you attended the PGA Tour. That's you and your wife right there. I hope you had a great time. Meanwhile,
is coming from an extremely liberal direction, and basically they just force their ideology down people's throats, and they don't report on stuff that doesn't align with their agenda.
All you liberal media types, all you're trying to do is make people think I did bad things about Bridgegate when you should be focused on how awesome Donald Trump is, like me.
Really putting on a show.
Today we have a series of traffic cones out, ushering people through one lane of foot traffic into the State House. That's directly representational to a problem the governor has with cones. He has a big problem with cones. 3 years ago, there was a fiasco in Fort Lee where there was gridlocked traffic because of traffic cones being set out, blocking 2 of the 3 entry lanes to the bridge. That was deemed a traffic study until it all fell apart. Now with the trial coming up, we want to remind people that sometimes the administration is not honest and the traffic cones are the best way to do that. I'm Jim Miller, co-founder of the Coalition for Medical Marijuana, New Jersey.
It looked like a movie set and we were the first ones there.
We started selling the cones off today. We're all done with them. And it's like actually, anyway, again, thanks for being such a good sport.
In defense of the Republic.